Hello, Toeic students, English learners, and people who just love to learn. Today, we're going to look at two difficult Toeic questions, and I'm going to show you how to get the answer. Okay, so let's get to the first question. Here it is. To get this answer, let's first read the entire sentence and get the main idea. So, the workload and stress, those are my subjects. Were so what that Mr. Davis decided to resign? Well, the idea is because the workload and stress were so blank, Mr. Davis quit. So I'm thinking the workload and stress were high, were crazy. We can see that we need an adjective here. When we say subject is so, well, we're going to have adjective that result. For example, she was so tired that she went to bed at 6 p.m. He was so hungry that he ate a whole large pizza. I've done that before, not proud. So we will eliminate anything that is not an adjective. Well, let's eliminate D, demand. Demand can be a verb or a noun. For example, if I demand something, I'm saying, give me this, I want this. The customer demanded a refund because the tablet stopped working after 2 days. If we use the noun is a very strong request. There is public demand for more safety in schools. So the citizens are saying, make the schools safer. So demand is a verb or a noun. It is not an adjective. Kick it out. Everything else can be an adjective. But we are going to eliminate stressed. Stressed is a feeling. A person or group can feel stressed. For example, my job is stressed. Wrong. My job is stressful. Correct. So you can see stressful describes the reason for someone's stress. But stressed or stressed out is a feeling. An example, I am stressed out because of my job. Correct. I am stressful because of my job. Incorrect. Remember, stressful describes the reason for your feeling. So, now we have B or C, increasing or overwhelming. Well, the answer is overwhelming. The verb overwhelm means be too strong, overly difficult, or overly stressful. An example, his heavy workload overwhelmed him and caused him tremendous stress. Now, if we use overwhelming, it can be an adjective. It describes the cause or thing that overwhelms a person. An example, the terrible smell was overwhelming and people decided to leave the building. Or, the heavy workload was so overwhelming that he decided to resign. So, once again, overwhelming is the answer. Let's go to the second question. Take your time here. All right. Before we start, let's look at two key Toeic vocabulary. These words often come up on Toeic. The first is negotiations, but let's start with the verb negotiate. To negotiate with someone is to talk with someone to try to reach an agreement. An example, I negotiated with the car salesperson for an hour, and we finally agreed on a price. Or the two countries are negotiating and hoping to find a peace agreement. What is the noun for negotiate? Negotiation or negotiations. This is formal discussion to reach an agreement. It is common to say two groups are in negotiation for something or to verb. Here's an example. Manchester United is in negotiations with the Brazilian team about a possible player transfer. So negotiation is the noun. The second word is party. And I'm not talking about a birthday party or a graduation party. I'm talking about a group in negotiations or a dispute. So we can say two parties are at the negotiating table, the employer and the union. So the employer is one party, the union is the other party. Or the two parties negotiated for a year but couldn't reach an agreement. All right, we've got the vocab. Let's get the answer. Please read the whole sentence. Do not stop at the blank. If you stop at the blank, you could make an easy mistake. So read the whole sentence. Well, first we see we are hoping that. Like we think that or we believe that, we need a subject verb after we are hoping that. For example, if I say we are hoping that the movie, there is no verb after movie. This is wrong. But we are hoping that the movie will become popular. The movie is the subject, will become is the verb. For this TOEIC question, after we are hoping that, the subject is negotiations, and if we read longer, we see we have a verb, will lead to. Therefore, I need an adjective clause to describe the negotiations. An adjective clause is like this. The negotiations that are led by two CEOs will lead to an agreement. So, that are led by two CEOs is describing the negotiations. Led is not the main verb in the sentence. Will lead to is. Now I need to understand reduced adjective clauses. When an adjective clause starts with who, which, or that, and you have a be verb after, you can often choose to remove both the who, which, or that and the be verb. Let's look at some examples. We're going to go back to the first one. It says the negotiations, which are led by two CEOs, will lead to an agreement. Well, you can take out which is your marker, and are, which is your be verb. Led can remain. So the negotiations led by two CEOs will lead to an agreement. This is fine. Both sentences are fine, but this one is a reduced adjective clause. Let's look at another one. The negotiations that are occurring in the hotel will go on for weeks. So the main subject is the negotiations. Your main verb is will go on. Your adjective clause is that are occurring. You have that plus a be verb. So you can take it out. The negotiations occurring in the hotel will go on for weeks. So let's get back to the TOEIC question. Let's pretend this is not reduced. So we are going to put that are before currently. What would you remove? Well, you're going to remove a because you don't say that are occur. You say that occur or that are occurring, but are occur is incorrect. Next, remove D. You don't say are have started. You could say have started, but that would be incorrect. So now we have B and C. Well, the answer is C, taking place. To take place means happen or occur. So taking place means happening or occurring. If we look at the original with a full adjective clause, we can see that it would say that are currently taking place. Now you can remove the marker that and the verb are, and you just say we are hoping that the negotiations taking place between the union and the employer will lead to a long-term agreement between both parties. And there's your answer. All right, so we talked about adjective clauses and reduced adjective clauses today. I hope that can help you in the future. Please like, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.